everyone, welcome back to the Serendipity Place. Today we are going to talk about drywall. Now we are all done with framing, as you can see, all electrical, HVAC, plumbing, everything is 100% complete. Drywall time. Many different sizes of drywall. Typical is 4x8, 4x10, 4x12, depending on where you're putting it. We have special drywall that we ordered. It's 12x54. We chose 54 because it's less work for us, especially installing and mudding. Now we have 9-foot walls. The 54-inch will just make it easier because we only have to install 2 pieces, and it leaves just about an inch at the bottom, which is actually what you need in case there's ever water on your floor and it can't seep up onto the drywall. I'm gonna explain today how to measure and cut drywall and where the placement should be on your 2x4s. Many different ways, tips, and tricks to make it a little easier. So come on, let's start. All right, our drywall is 54 by 12 feet, 144 inches. 144 inches, unfortunately, is this far. You want to find the middle of the stud because you want half of it to be attached, and you still want to save the half of your stud for your next piece of drywall. So half of it is going to be 139 and 5/8. A few other ways to attach the drywall just to make life a little bit easier, less cutting. We have extra 2x4s from framing. If the drywall is just 1 or 2 inches longer than our current stud, I'd simply just add the stud over and make it long enough. You always want to have 4 screws per stud on each drywall. And especially with the 12-footers, they get pretty heavy, so you definitely want at least 4 studs, or 4 screws. All right, we got the first piece up. Forgot to mention a few things. One is you always want to mark your studs on the very top. You want to mark your studs, that way when you're screwing it in, you can line them up easily. So before you make your cuts, think about what ends you're going to be connecting. For our example, we're going to be connecting the left with this piece. Therefore, I left the uncut side to connect with my left side. These are called butt joints. The reason they're called butt joints is because we will be joining them together, and if you look closely to drywall, all your butt joints actually concave slightly. That way, when you apply your tape and mud, you'll have enough to flatten it out with the rest of your drywall. This is super important because if you add it the wrong way, hiding tape lines is gonna be nearly impossible. In summary, butt ends are non-cut edges. That way when you stick them together, they make mudding much easier because it's concave and it hides the lines and it evens out the surfaces. Another thing to mention about drywall install is staggering your bottoms. We started on the right-hand side with the full 12. Now for the bottom, we're gonna start on the left-hand side. So we're gonna have one piece staggered to the other. There's 3 reasons why we do that. 1 is going to be weight distribution on your walls. 2 will be hiding lines. If you have one long line on a 9-foot wall, it's going to be super easy to notice if your tape lines aren't great, so you want to stagger it. And 3rd is in case you have any cracks in the future, you'll only have cracks on half of the wall versus the entire wall. Keep that in mind, it'll help a ton. All right, party time. so as you can see, west wing and east wing are completed with install. We're gonna head into my closet and I'll show you what it looks like. As you can see, the drywall is up. We have the drywall staggered on the wall. Again, that's for the weight distribution. As you can see, the butt joints are together, and if you look closely, this is exactly why we want butt joints together. It's seamless and it makes taping and mudding super, super easy. Also, if you notice down here, a little bit of imperfection, not a big problem, there's imperfections all over. We will go into detail on how to fix all these imperfections when we start talking about taping and mudding. We're gonna put taping on mudding on hold right now because we're gonna start doing floors. We're super excited to start on floors. We have family coming in town, so we have about 5 days to do 2,000 square feet of flooring. Stay tuned.